Obatala, the god of creation, descends from the heavens on a golden chain, carrying clay, sand, a jar of palm wine, and a quiet hen. He shapes the first humans perfectly, but then, after sipping the golden palm wine, he sees the truth. Imperfection is life's gift. Every crack, every crooked arm, every tilt of the head is deliberate. This is the story of how humanity became beautifully imperfect. Before we continue, I know so many of you are tuning in from all over the world, drawn together by a love of African history and mythology. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop it in the comments, I'll be replying there. And if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Before the world existed, there was only emptiness. No sun, no rivers, no mountains, no people, not even night, just silence, stillness, endless possibility. Then Obatala appeared, calm, steady. Wrapped in glowing white robes, he moved with purpose. Sent by Olodumare, the all-powerful creator, his mission was simple in words, but immense in reality. Bring life to the earth. He carried sacred clay, the very stuff used to form humans, a snail shell filled with sand to expand the land, and a small jar of palm wine, a gift from the heavens. On his arm perched a quiet, attentive hen, ready to help shape the world. From the heavens, he descended on a golden chain, landing on the waters below. Each step sent ripples across the endless void. He poured sand onto the water. A tiny patch of land appeared beneath his feet, just enough to begin. The sky was dark, but that did not stop him. Kneeling, he let the clay rest before him. With patient, careful fingers, Obatala shaped limbs, torsos, faces. Arms sagged, heads tilted, cracks ran through joints. Clay had a mind of its own. It resisted, bent, shifted unexpectedly. But Obatala pressed, smoothed, and coaxed. Slowly, he began to see flaws, not as mistakes, but as sparks of personality. A crooked arm, determination, a tilted head, curiosity, tiny cracks, resilience. He placed the hen on the patch of land, letting it scatter sand from its shell. Mountains rose, valleys dipped, plains stretched endlessly. Even before life existed, Obatala imagined their songs, their markets, their stories, the world they would one day inhabit. When he looked back, the first humans stood complete, fragile, silent, yet full of potential. Each figure unique, waiting for the spark of life. Shaping clay was more than forming bodies. It was shaping futures, choices, lives. He circled them slowly, hands behind his back, eyes taking in every detail. This was patience, care, quiet attention. The art of creation wasn't in speed, it was in seeing, adjusting, imagining what could be. For now, the humans waited, and Obatala stood as their guardian, ready for the next step. Everything was in place, but before he gave them the spark of breath, he paused. From the heavens, he had brought a small flask of golden palm wine, a gift from Olodumare for moments of reflection. He uncorked it and took a sip. Warmth spread through him. A light, dizzy happiness tickled his senses. He laughed softly, savoring the moment. Then something shifted. The palm wine's warmth opened his eyes. Imperfection wasn't a flaw. It was life's gift, diversity, unpredictability, humanity itself. It all began here. Obatala began to reshape the humans. Shoulders drooped, hands curled differently, faces tilted. Tiny cracks appeared where he hadn't planned, some tall, some short, some broad, some slender, some strong, others delicate. Dwarves, giants, every range of life. A tapestry of differences, giving humanity depth and vibrancy. He knelt close to his creations. One by one, he touched the clay. A shimmer ran along their forms. Fingers flexed, toes twitched. Eyes blinked open for the first time. Some wobbled, testing limbs that had never moved. Some tilted their heads, listening to sounds they had never heard. Tiny murmurs, quiet laughter, gasps of surprise. Life unfolded in small, imperfect ways. Obatala watched quietly, hands tucked behind his back, heart steady but full of wonder. He hadn't just given life, he had given diversity, unpredictability, and humanity itself. The world was ready, the humans were awake. Everything that would follow, from joy to struggle, from mistakes to wisdom, was now possible. The humans were alive, but the world remained cloaked in shadow. Mountains, rivers, forests, they existed, but their beauty was hidden. Life could not flourish in darkness. Obatala looked up at the sky. "Father," he said to Olodumare, the supreme deity of the heavens, "the world is awake, but it sleeps in shadow. How can they live fully without light?" Olodumare, seeing Obatala's care, smiled. From the heavens came the first rays of the sun and the gentle glow of the moon. Light spilled across the land, over valleys, mountains, rivers. Shadows fled, water shimmered, colors that had never existed burst into view. Obatala watched quietly. The sun didn't just warm the earth, it revealed it. Humans blinked against the brightness, took their first steps under golden light, gasped in awe. Trees glistened, streams sparkled, every grain of sand caught the glow. But this gift of light was more than practical, it was a lesson. Even gods, Olodumare seemed to whisper, must move patiently, knowing balance comes slowly. The sun's rise was Obatala's offering, structure, warmth, possibility. Bathed in this new light, humans could explore, learn, and grow. And Obatalá knew the sun's glow marked the true beginning of their journey, one full of discovery, challenge, and stories yet to be told. The humans were awake, the sun spilling golden light across the land. But life wasn't automatically easy. Stumbles, mistakes, and confusion were everywhere. Obatala knew giving life wasn't enough. They needed guidance. He walked among them slowly, calm and steady, showing what it meant to live with care. When two humans argued over a patch of land, he didn't punish them. Instead, he spoke softly, explaining fairness. What you do affects others. Think before you act. Speak the truth. Help those who cannot help themselves. Obatala showed that mistakes weren't failures. They were lessons. One person fell and another helped them rise. One erred and the community gently corrected them. Every act became a teaching moment. Empathy, patience, understanding. Not rigid rules, but ways to live well. His white robes gleamed in the sunlight, a symbol of purity, fairness, and calm. Slowly, humans began to grasp the quiet power of doing the right thing. They laughed, argued, stumbled, and learned, all under Obatala's patient gaze. Some myths say he even mediated disputes between villages, teaching that justice isn't punishment alone. It's balance, understanding, compassion. With each lesson, humans realized their choices shaped not just themselves, but the world around them. Through his guidance, humanity took its first steps toward civilization. They learned care, respect, and wisdom, ready to stumble, rise, and carry these lessons into generations yet to come. As humans learned to walk, speak, and live under Obatala's guidance, something magical stirred within them. They looked around, the rivers sparkling, mountains stretching skyward, the warmth of the sun on their skin, and felt a new, thrilling sense of joy. Life wasn't just survival anymore. It was something to celebrate. Quietly, Obatala watched as they danced around fires, sang songs, and shared stories. Some carried fruits from the trees he had shaped. Others splashed in rivers, laughing as the water glittered in sunlight. Every movement, every note, every laugh was a tribute to the gift of life he had given them. Obatalá didn't just observe, he was there in spirit. He had given more than bodies and breath. He had given community, curiosity, and choice. These early celebrations became the human's way of honoring balance, patience, and wisdom, the lessons he had taught. Some stories say that during these first festivals, humans began offering white cloths and songs of thanks to Obatalá. His robes, pure and gleaming, became a symbol of peace, fairness, and calm. Each drumbeat, chant, and shared meal reminded them of the patient God who had shaped not only their forms, but their hearts. Through these joyful beginnings, humanity learned something vital. Life was meant to be lived together with care, respect, and gratitude. From these first gatherings, traditions of festivals, songs, and rituals were born, passed down through generations, all tracing back to Obatalá's quiet, steady guidance. From emptiness to clay to life itself, Obatalá shaped not just humans, but the very heartbeat of the world. Imperfect, diverse, curious, and resilient, the first humans learned to move, to speak, to love, and to celebrate. Mountains rose, rivers sparkled, and the sun painted the world in light. Every step, every flaw, every laugh a testament to creation's quiet power. And through it all, one truth remained. Life is never perfect, but it is alive, vibrant, and endlessly surprising. Every choice, every mistake, every festival, every moment of joy traces back to that first spark of life, that first breath, that first hand of clay shaped by the steady hands of Obatalá. So when you look around the world today, at its chaos, its beauty, its imperfections, remember, creation itself began not with perfection, but with patience, care, and the courage to let life unfold exactly as it should. And this is just the beginning.